everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited to be sharing this video with you all today. Today is a very special video because I'm going to be starting a two-part series where I'm going to be giving makeovers to this flower pot and another flower pot that's almost exactly the same, only like the butterfly design is slightly different on the other one. But for today we're going to focus just on this one. And the camera doesn't really show it as well, but this was pretty big and it was very heavy. But I'm going to start off by giving it a spray of this glossy white just to have a nice base coat. As you can see, it didn't cover everything perfectly, but it was a really good base coat to start with. And especially because at this point I wasn't too sure on my design or my idea. I knew I wanted the two flower pots, the one I'm doing now and the one I'll be doing next week, to go well together as a set. But other than that, I wasn't entirely sure at this point. And that's why I started with the centers of the butterflies, which I just did this like light gray color because I knew I was probably going to go pastel. So I didn't want to do like a harsh black or brown. I kind of went with a very nice soft gray color. And these flower pots are actually a gift for my mom. She found these flower pots or bought them. I'm not entirely sure the story behind them, but she really loved them and loved the size and just how it looked, but she really wanted it to be repainted. And so I thought it would be a perfect time now for Mother's Day to work on them. And so at this point, I finally decided this flower pot has 3 butterflies and the one I'm going to be working on next week also has 3. So I decided that was the perfect amount for a somewhat rainbow-esque design. And so each of the butterflies is going to have one color of the rainbow. And so I'm starting with the warm colors. On this flower pot, I have pink, orange, and yellow. And each butterfly has 2 colors besides the gray. So for example, the pink is like mostly pink and has like the details in like a more reddish pink. And then same with the orange and yellow, I have like a lighter pastel yellow and the details in a darker color. I just felt like that would look nicer and I guess better than just like one single color. I felt like it would give it more, I guess. It wouldn't look so flat with just the single color. And here you can see how the orange looks. And my mom is actually from El Salvador, and in El Salvador they usually celebrate Mother's Day on the 10th. It doesn't really matter what day it falls on, it's always the 10th of May. So for me, I've always celebrated it 2 days on the 10th and whenever it falls here in the United States. So usually I like to get my mom 2 gifts just to make it extra special. And so I was really happy to be able to have 2 flower pots, one for each day, which this year I believe Mother's Day in the United States is falling on the 11th, which is actually next week. But here I am doing the yellow, which was honestly my least favorite. I don't know what it is about yellow paint, but it's, at least this specific one, is always very streaky and transparent, and it just never really wants to work well, and so I always find myself dreading it. But after I did 2 coats of color for each of the butterflies, all that was left was kind of like this edge, the rim of the flower pots. It didn't really take the white spray paint well. And so I just filled it in with some white acrylic paint and did my signing and stuff on the bottom with a little message, and I sealed it all up, and this was the final product. At this point I decided to stay with the white background because I felt like any other color would really wash out the main butterfly color, and I felt like the white was perfect so the butterflies and like their wings could really stand out. And I'm honestly very happy with how these turned out. I really hope you all like it as well and are excited and come back next week to see the other flower pots. That's going to be the matching set to this one. I had a lot of fun working on this, and I really hope you all enjoyed this video and watching me work on it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful Mother's Day. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye!